Hello there, John here again, and I've got a problem, and it's called varroa mites. Uh, I've come across them, seen them, and I'm going to kind of share with you how I found them, and then I've got online and looked at a few methods of how to count them, see how many are in your hive. After you get to a certain level, it could be very dangerous for the hive. So I'm going to show you how I come across getting that number, and it took me a while to film all this, so I may have to make two parts here to this varroa episode. It's interesting what they're doing. It's a shame that they've come into to America here, into our country, and are causing such trouble here and around the world. But I'm going to show you what I come up with. I may have to say things over a few times. Sorry for that. But like I say, when you're in the middle of the hive, a lot's going on, and it's hard to keep focus for me anyway. So watch this, see what you think, and maybe to give you some ideas. One of the probably most dangerous pests to a beehive. Thanks again, and have a beautiful day. What I wanted to show you here is a new little gadget I made in place of the sticky traps. I noticed that some of the hive beetles were getting off of them, so I came up with this little tray I made out of aluminum with this wire screen over it. I placed those underneath the hive on these little boards like I showed you in the past, where I put the sticky traps. And this is what got me so concerned this past couple of weeks here, especially, is you can see that it does a good job of killing the hive beetles, but I noticed on this particular beehive that it started having varroa mites, and these here are varroa mites. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now these varroa mites could be dying. Here's another one. And falling off the bees. There's one, there's one, there's 1, 2. Or the bees could be cleaning themselves and knocking some of the varroa off. Here's a few more on this side too. So that's why I started today here, to show what was going on and what made me want to check for varroa mites. So I thought I ought to get into the hive a little bit today, and I'm going to try to do something that's called a sugar shake. I get about almost 200 to 300 bees and get them into this jar and put the lid on it and shake them around, and then hopefully after I do that, I dump it out, shake the sugar out onto a paper plate here, and maybe add some water to it, and see if how many varroa are actually on the bees. Now it asked that I get the bees off of the brood comb, and I've watched a few videos on how they do that. This might be kind of challenging. The first thing is, I sure don't want to get the queen and get her in this sugar shake, but I watched a couple people, and basically they just drag the glass jar down the comb, and the bees fall in it, and I've got a mark here to get me where it's about a half a cup of bees. So I am going to try to do that here. The bees are moving around pretty good. I might have got 10. I guess you can see what I got here. I'm going to call that good. Okay. Now this is just one way to check for varroa. Another way is to use an alcohol wash, or dishwashing soap, but that will kill the bees. and hopefully when we're done with this, the bees will still be okay. I'm back again here, and I'm just gonna let this here set and let these bees move around in here for a few minutes. And I was gonna do another thing here. They say that the varroa mites love to get in with drone brood. And here on this comb, I have a little bit of drone brood. Let me see if I can make this. Maybe I can't. I got a little bit of drone brood here, and then we've also got some regular brood here. So what I'm going to do is, they say what you should do there is a hive beetle. They say you should pop out an old drone here, uncap him, and then pull out the drone inside here. And I hate to see this, but right here is a varroa mite. You can see the little brown thing, and he is on that drone brood. See the little brown? I'm kind of getting too close. Oh, shoot! So on that is not good. You really hate to see that. The reason I think they say that the mites like drone brood is because it's a bigger area for them to breed in, and the varroa will lay some eggs while this here drone is living. Ah, dang, this is not good. This one here has 2 mites on it. So that's a mother. I think a male and a female can be in there. Maybe that's how it goes, and then they can lay eggs. There's 2 different size mites there. So those are varroa. And I was really not wanting to see that. But this time of year in August, end of August, is when varroa can get bad, and it can increase quite a bit. So there are varroa in the drone. They can have raise young ones in the regular brood, but like I say, they prefer the drone because it's a bigger cavity. You kind of hate to kill the drones, but this time of year they're kind of winding down anyway, so there's not going to be that many drones. In the winter time, the hive will get rid of most of the drones, if not all of them, so that they won't eat up their winter stores for the rest of the bees and the queen. Let me try another one right here. Yep. I don't know if you can see that or not, but just as soon as I pulled that cap off, there's a little varroa in that one also. Yeah, there's one in there also. Okay, that's not good. I've got varroa in my drone brood.